Let us now take a look at conversions between decimal to an octal number system, decimal to an hexadecimal number system, and from octal and hexadecimal system, how do you get back to a decimal number system? These are really simple. You just need to practice one or two examples and you're just going to have complete clarity. Let's say we have a decimal number 459 to the base 10. So if I need to convert this decimal number to an octal number, I need to start dividing it by 8. So when I divide 459 by 8, 57 into 8 is 456. So the remainder is 3. Now 57 is divisible by 8. 8 sevens are 56. So the remainder is 1. Now this 7 cannot be divisible by 8. So it comes as it is. The remainder remains as it is. So it comes as 7. And the original value becomes 0, because when you try to divide 7 by 8, the division quotient is 0. The remainder happens to be 7. So if you look at this is an example of 459 is converted to 713 to the base 8. So just to summarize, you take the number, keep dividing it by 8 and note down the remainder on the right hand side. So keep dividing the quotient, keep noting the remainder on the right side, and finally when you reach a number which is not divisible by 8, it can be 1, 2, 3 up to 7. Bring down that number back here. That becomes your last remainder. And from this side to this side, if you go, you're able to convert 459 to the base 10 is equal to 713 to the base 8. Now it's quite simple to convert an octal to a decimal. You just need to multiply the octal number by its weight. So let's take a look at a octal number. A octal number here happens to be 234.56 to the base 8. Now the weight of 4 is 8 raised to 0, weight of 3 is 8 raised to 1, weight of 2 is 8 raised to 2 based on the position. 5 is 1 upon 8, 6 is 1 upon 64. Now the weights will give you these values. 8 square is 64, 8 raised to 1 is 8, 8 raised to 0 is 1, 8 raised to minus 1 is 0.125. 1 upon 64 is 0.03125. Now I simply need to multiply 2 into 64 plus 3 into 8 plus 4 into 1 plus 5 into 0.125 plus 6 into 0.03125. So if I multiply this, okay, I'm showing you the step of multiplication which I mentioned here. 2 into 8 square is 2 into 64 is 128. 3 into 8 is 24. 4 into 1 or 1 into 4 is 4. 5 into 1.25 is here. 6 into 0.03125. When you complete all this multiplication and addition, you are going to get this particular number, 156.71875. So this is how you convert an octal to a decimal number. So this is the equivalent octal number to equivalent decimal number. Now let's take a look at how do we convert a decimal number to a hexadecimal number system. It's quite easy. Okay, so what you have to do is start dividing by 16. So suppose my initial number is 559. So 16 into 34 is going to be 545. The remainder is going to be 15. So 15 is equal to F in hexadecimal. So A is 10, B is 11, C is 12, all the way F is 15. So the remainder is 15, so I make it F and this becomes my least significant bit. 16 into 2, 32. Okay, and the remainder is 2. Now this 2 is not divisible by 16, so the quotient becomes 0 and the remainder becomes 2. So you're starting from LSB to MSB to LSB. So 2 to F, 559 to the base 10 is going to be equal to 2 to F to the base 16. So this is how you convert decimal to a hexadecimal number. What we did, we took a decimal number, kept dividing it by 16, the quotient by 16, kept noting down the remainder And once we noted down the remainder, at the last moment, the remainder, the quotient no longer is divisible by this number. You just bring it down as it is. From top to bottom, you start with MSB and go to the LSB, and that's your equivalent hexadecimal number. Now we are going to convert a hexadecimal to a decimal number, which includes a fraction. So my hexadecimal number is pi af dot d to the base 16. So f is 16 raised to 0 units position, a is 16 raised to 1, pi is 16 raised to 2, d is 16 raised to minus 1. So I am going to multiply f with 1, a with 16, a is nothing but 10, 5 with 256 because 16 into 16 is 256. So if you see the values here, 16 square is 256, 16 raised to 1 is 16, 16 raised to 0 is 1, 1 upon 16 is 0.0625. Now I can multiply 5 into 256, a into 16, f into 1, d into 16 raised to minus 1, which is equal to 5 into 256 because 16 square is 256. A is nothing but 10, 10 into 16. F is 15, 15 into 1 plus 14 into 0.0625. When you multiply all of this and you add, you're going to get 1455.8125 to the base 10. So I hope you understood how to convert a hexadecimal to a decimal number system. You just have to draw this table of weights, digits and values, and once you put the appropriate weights and get the values, you simply have to multiply these two chaps and you will get the resultant answer.